Happy Halloween! So to end this series, I thought I would do a cute little DIY on my daughter Lacey's Halloween costume. So if you're new here, that is my precious little baby, and I'm going to be making her costume in this video. So I decided to go for Mickey Mouse. I'm starting out with this headband, and I just got this at Hobby Lobby on sale. I just decided to cut the bow off since it was a basic black headband, and I was just going to add my own stuff to it. So right here, I'm just cutting and peeling this off, and then I just picked off all the glue to start fresh. Now onto the ears. I'm using some black glitter felt, and I am just flipping this over to the back side and folding it in half. And then I'm just using a powder compact for the stencil of these ears. As you can see, I left a little bit hanging off of the edge because I didn't want it to be a perfect circle. I wanted there to be a little fold where I was going to wrap that around the headband. So as you can see, I'm just cutting around this white eyeliner that I used. And since this is on the back side, you don't have to worry about this showing because it's just going to be glued together. And make sure all your edges are even, kind of flip it over and see how you like it. Make sure it fits on your headband the way you want, and then go ahead and cut the other one out. To attach these onto the headband, you are just going to take some hot glue and first put it right in the center fold of your ear. And then you're going to place that right on the bottom part of the headband and then push that upwards just to make sure that it is really on there and secured. And then once you have that kind of pushed up and secure on the bottom, then you can go around the outer rim of the ear and just place a thin layer of hot glue. You don't need to use like an insane amount because the littlest bit will make this sealed up and good to go. So you're just going to place that there and then smush it over and make sure that your edges are all lined up when you do this. For the bow, I decided to make my own out of this red glitter tulle, and let me tell you guys, this stuff is a mess. So that probably wasn't the brightest idea on my part, having glitter all over a 1.5-year-old, but it'll work. So I just tied this off to the side on the, I guess, right ear. It doesn't really matter. You could always use a pre-made bow if you wanted to, but I just wanted this to match the tutu I was going to make. So I just tied a bow and then just kind of messed around with it, fluffed it up a little bit so that it looked nice and cute. Then I decided to cut out a little circle of white felt to put on the knot of the bow. Most of the bows I've seen on costumes had, you know, white polka dots or whatever, so I wanted to keep with the Minnie Mouse theme and put the little center of the bow as white. And now we're going to move on to the tutu. So I could have used elastic, but I decided to make this easy on myself and use a pair of bloomers that already fit her. They were already her size. I didn't have to do any measuring. I literally just cut the excess off and used the elastic band. We don't ever use these on her. I don't know what outfit these came from, but they're kind of see-through. That's the reason I don't ever use them. So anyway, I just use that for my elastic, and then you're going to double over the tulle because you're going to kind of tie it in a knot. So you're going to want to measure it and make sure it's the length that you want it. You can do it as long or as short as you want to. Since she's going to be wearing some black leggings, I did hers a little bit shorter, so it looked kind of like a ballet tutu. And then I'm just going to be doubling that over. And then I'm going to be putting this on to the elastic. So as you can see, I kind of poked a little hole where, you know, made the loop, I guess. This is really hard to explain, but I just did that. Sorry for that horrible explanation. I just really don't even know how to describe what I'm doing here. So anyway, I just kept doing this with all of the tulle pieces until this was a very full tutu. So about halfway through, I ran out of this glitter tulle, and then I went back to Michael's to buy it again, and they were out of it. So I ended up buying just a plain red and mixing the two. So it ended up looking really cute after all, but basically what I did was just applied as much of the glitter tulle as I could, and then I went back with the regular red in between each one. So it kind of alternated every other, and it ended up looking very, very cute. So just, I guess, life lesson. You might need 2 rolls of tulle for a tutu. So anyway, moving on, I wanted to create little white dots. So I just found something the size of the white dot that I wanted, and then I traced it on to the white felt. I just used the cap, or I guess the entire bottle really, of this nail polish. I just thought it was the perfect size for her tutu. So like I said, you could use anything, the center of a tape roll, just get creative. So I just took all of these, and it took forever, but I cut each one out and just made sure that I made them all as close to the same size as possible. And you guessed it, more hot glue. So I took each little dot here and put some glue onto the back, and I started at the top of the tutu and just kind of applied them into a little pattern. I tried to make sure that I got each dot on just one piece of tulle so that it didn't all stick together when she was wearing it. But I just made a ring around the top of the tutu, and then for the second row I went back in between each dot. So you'll see it kind of made a little bit of an irregular pattern, but I just wanted to make sure that it was fully covered in our little white polka dots. So the last part of the costume is the shirt. So what I'm doing here is just taking this little black shirt, and I'm going to be using some fabric glue. So I'm cutting out a piece of wax paper to stick in the center of the shirt to make sure that I don't glue the shirt closed together and she can't get into it. So I am just putting that there. You're going to need some fabric glue and some pearls. I thought I was going to use some lace, but I didn't end up using it. So what I'm doing here is just dumping out all of the pearls to kind of see what I'm working with, and I wanted to make it look like she was wearing a little necklace because I didn't want to just like put a necklace on and like have her be bothered with it the whole night. So I decided it would be easier if I glued it onto her shirt. So I'm just kind of laying this out in the basic shape that I wanted. Once you've settled on the shape, just remove the majority of the pearls, leaving just a few for the outline. And then I'm taking this white eyeliner and just kind of going through and marking out where I'm going to place my glue. So I'm just applying this, section by section. I didn't want to have too much and then have it dry on me. So I'm just kind of doing this little by little, probably about a fourth at a time. And then I'm just going to be dropping those pearls onto my little line of glue, making sure that they keep with the shape that we outlined. And once you've done that, you want to make sure that you let this set for an appropriate amount of time. I let hers dry overnight, and this is the finished look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for all of your support and love on my Halloween series. I had so much fun doing it. So anyway, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.